Tree down and a stump.
Can't believe it was next to Mother's garden this whole time. No wonder we can never get in there. What else did the serpent tell you when you spoke? Kinda sounded important.
I'm sure it's nothing. He just said the boy seemed familiar to him.
Me? That's impossible.
Oh, I quite agree. Unless, perhaps, he refers to something yet to be. It is said that when Jormungandr and Thor battle at Ragnarok, their clash so violently shakes the Tree of Life that it splinters, casting the serpent backward through time, even before his own birth.
What?
That is madness.
Well, I did say not to concern yourself.
Oh look, it's a Valkyrie.
Boy.
Sir. Okay, that's going in the journal.
You have a moron. There you
That was
go.
easy.
Anything else? No. I have to swap it for something. There you are. One red for the red.
Hey, wait for me.
Yeah, rock shop. Yep, 100%. That should be cool enough to drink now.
Why is Odin so desperate to find a way into Jotunheim anyway?
He's convinced the giants hold the key to changing his fate when Ragnarok comes. They are the Aesir's oldest enemies, after all. And it's their army that's supposed to do him in the end. But more than that, he covets their gifts of prophecy. He wants to know what they know and see what they see. So much suffering could have been avoided if his insatiable curiosity was not so much stronger than his wisdom.
What do you mean?
Ah, remind me to tell you why they call him the Lord of the Hanged.
Alright.
Got time for a favor?
We'll do it in a minute.
Hey, whatever helps, right?
There you go. Still can't buy this shit, can I? No, not yet. There's Bane and Great Crested Lion.
Later then.
Yeah, laters. Yeah.
Can you read it?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I can translate this now. Niflheim, land of fog and fortune. Hey, nobody mentioned fortune. We should go there sometime. Ah, I can read what this says now. But it's a name. Rota! Whoa! The name made it light up.
It's the name of one of the Valkyries. That's quite curious.
I'm set! Hey, it's another treasure map.
Focus up, boy! Look here. Another.
This one is Thrym, a frost giant king.
Correct. A cunning one as well.
Is that Mjolnir? Did he steal Thor's hammer?
Aye, for a time.
A lot of these seem to end with Thor killing them.
Imagine that.
Another name. Kara!
Another Valkyrie. That's no coincidence. But who'd have etched them on Tyr's braziers?
So why do they call Odin the Lord of the Hang?
That refers to a modest example of Odin's thirst for knowledge. The time he spent 9 days a dead man. Hung himself by the neck from Yggdrasil's branches, put his spear through his own side and bled down into the Well of Destiny. He roamed the realms of the dead and plundered the world tree of its secrets, until I think quite rightly it got fed up with him and sent him back to the land of the living.
Get lost.
Did I not mention he was barking mad?
Got time for a favor?
What is it, dwarf?
There's this alchemist on Vari. Been working out in the Velander mines. Haven't heard from him in maybe, I don't know, 100 winters or so. Probably dead, but maybe you can find him. He's dwarfing like me. Wears a fancy green ring. Owes me a favor. You look?
If it is on our path.
Oh, I see how it is. Not a something-for-nothing type, are you? Fine. If you find Dunvari, I'll make him whip you up something special. This entry stone here ought to get you inside those mines.
Obviously the marriage to Odin didn't last. But how did Frey end up a hermit in the woods?
Oh, that was a singular piece of cruelty, even for Odin. As if the marriage wasn't punishment enough. Freya was better to him than he deserved. She stuck it out through all manner of indignity, all in the name of maintaining peace and safety for her people. But Odin's madness, his tyranny, his corruption of her magics, it became more than she could stomach, and at long last she broke it off. Odin's wrath was fierce, and his curses upon her were more than she dared to fear.
But her magic was so much stronger than his.
After so much time together, he knew her vulnerabilities and exploited them to craft curses she could never break.
Oh, like not being able to leave Midgard.
Worse still, he robbed her of her warrior spirit.
I am worried about a second wave.
Freya
I think you can
cannot
see
fight,
a
even to
second
defend
wave
herself.
starting to roll
No living
across
thing
Europe,
may she harm by
and we've
blade
got to do
nor
everything
spell.
we can to prevent it from
While
reaching
this
these
belligerent,
shores.
what
And
choice
they
does she
attack
have
them.
but isolation?
And
Poor Freya.
the measures that
I guess if
the
I was
chief
her,
medical officer will
I'd
set
spit in
out
your
later
face, too.
are part of that.
Aye, lad.
But so too
So
are the
would I.
measures that we're taking, for instance, to ensure that we don't directly bring cases back to this country where there's a big spike in cases. For instance, as we saw in Spain, we keep those quarantine
Come.
Huh. Neat.
I need that alchemist for something I'm stewing up for you. If you're smart, you'll find him.
Can you read it?
Yes, sir. These runes read death inside. So, Brock said his friend was dwarven like him, wearing a green ring.
Look if you wish. I will be gathering resources for our journey.
You don't want to help him?
No,
Why not?
because I do not run errands for dwarves.
Oh. Dwarven, but no ring. One of his crew?
Scorch marks. There, along the floor and wall.
Weird. I guess we keep looking. I mean,
Away.
I'll keep looking. the Soul Eater. If that kills us, that's it. No Valhalla, no hell, no afterlife, ever.
It does not attack.
Well, made him sound more dangerous than that.
Oh. Mom made them sound more dangerous than that.
Then do not drop your guard. Come. Not him.
Hey, I thought you didn't care.
I noticed the lack of ring while looting the body.
Oh.
Atreus, follow me.
Be right there.
Be ready!
No ring. We're not gonna find Brock's friend alive, are we?
Here. Boy.
Sir! Another map! Great! The ring! On that severed hand! Attached to the Soul Eater. Well, we know what happened to Imbari now. We can just go tell Brock. No need to fight it, right?
No. We will fight it.
But why?
Because you are frightened of it.
That's showing him.
Be strong, Atreus. Stay focused. And look for a weak point.
Yes, sir.
Stay quiet. Make no sudden movement.
Just make no movement.
Yes, we're doing this. We did it! I can't believe it.
Believe it. You are stronger than you know.
Thank you, Father. Let's see if that's the alchemist ring.
Ring.
Dwarvish inscription.
The alchemist. But where's the rest of him?
Ashes, most likely.
The soul eater got him. I guess we should bring this back to Rome.
What does it say?
Yes, sir. These runes were written fast. It spells out Egemstein. I don't know that one.
We will ask the good one.
So now you're interested?
We found his alchemist. A reward was promised.
Mine's down there.
What'd you find?
Your alchemist.
Sorry, Brock.
I'm sorry, Brock. The hand is all we could find. Still wearing the ring. There was a soul eater inside, and well, he must have burned away the rest of him.
Suppose you'll still be wanting some compensation, huh?
Naturally.
Naturally, he says. Miani Peruxi.
Whatever that meant.
I'll take a closer look at this here ring. Maybe Angari left a bit of magic inside before he croaked.
Dwarves can do that?
Sure, dwarves and magic jewels is like flies and pig lips. Supple ones.
Ugh. I'm not as interested as I thought.
Oh there. Got another favor to ask you two.
What do you want, dwarf?
I got another lead on my old pal Anvari. Meet me at the Lawn Soother Mines. There's some fancy-dancy loot in it for you.
Another lead? But we already found him. Well, found his hand anyways.
I'll explain at the mines. These ones is just south of the river pass. Now you two want something, or you just gonna stand there all gag-scrapped and slack-jawed?
Yeah. just play it. Just play on an easier. Just play it on. Just play it on an easy level and keep practicing. Just play it on an easy level and to keep. If you record all it's too hard for you, just play it on an easy level and keep practicing.
Pulled the ring off on Vari's hand at the Velander mines. Feller was always tampering with souls and dark rituals and matters of the night. Just the sound of his hammer flattening metal were enough to stop all tires all blissful.
Boy.
That way, Snake.
Ymir, why did you say Tyr felt responsible for what Odin did to the giants?
There was an incident shortly after the forging of Mjolnir, when Tyr arranged a diplomatic meeting between Odin and the giant kings. Well, this was when the Long War was young, victory was still a thing dreamed of, and the Jotnar might have tipped the balance between Aesir and Vanir. Odin had persuaded Tyr that the hammer was merely a deterrent, a means to broker peace from a position of strength. Tyr was hopeful to convince all parties they would prosper best through peace. He knew the giants were deeply concerned about the hammer, a super weapon in hands they did not trust, but they trusted Tyr. Tyr always believed the best in people, and taking Odin at his word and his desire for peace, he brought the Raven King to Jotunheim. From there, things unravelled quickly. The giants anticipated Odin's trickery and exposed his true agenda to spy and steal their secret wisdom. With magics, they expelled Odin from their realm and cursed him never to return. Frustrated, Odin visited his fury upon the giants of Midgard. Thor unleashed Mjolnir's might upon any giant he could find. None could stand against the tide of slaughter that followed. And at last, it seems, with Tyr's aid, they retreated. The tower disappeared, no giants could be found in Midgard, and no man nor god has set foot in Jotunheim since.
£25 million of prizes have already been won. Tickets start from just 85p. You could be next week's winner. Enter by midnight Sunday at botv.com.
Try to let your speech with me.
almost wish they were harder. Is that weird? Hey, look. A torch.
A torch is built with wood. That is a brazier.
A brazier. Looks like there's something written on it. Want me to read it? Found it!
Boy,
Yes, sir. Cavecchio. Here we go! Switching out! What is that?
a spirit.
It's talking to us.
And it hears you as well. Don't be shy now.
You're dead?
You're very perceptive and reckless. Take caution when lighting these braziers. Sailor and Hellwalkers will swarm to the flames like moths. I assume we have you to thank for freeing us from a watery grave.
Us?
Other spirits. The Lake of Nine is full of them. Most are able to move on from this realm, but we, lucky few, are stuck here in Midgard until our affairs are in order. Perhaps you can help them as well.
We have no desire to help you, Spirit.
Ah, but you already have.
Yeah.
I only wished to see the sky again. Farewell.
Whoa, he disappeared.
Come, let us not be distracted.
Here we go. So, I guess we should keep an eye out for other spirits.
What did I say about distractions?
But it sounds like they needed help.
They are spirits, boy. Dead things. They have no needs, only wants.
It feels wrong to ignore them.
You will get over these feelings.
Mom would have wanted to help them.
What was that, boy?
Nothing.
I thought as much.
Amir, why did you work for Odin if he's so horrible?
It's my career! And if you mean to make a career as a counsellor to kings, you can't very well rule out petty maniacs. Available positions are scarce enough. My first master was a cruel piece of work as well, but I learned through him the enduring power of wit, which served me well with kings and gods alike. I couldn't have been much older than you when I started. A fairy king's errand boy and unofficial jester. By night, My mates and I had the run of the forest. Good fellows, they called us. Knavish spikes to the last. We'd get up to all manner of mischief, making fools of the local mortals. But as long as our lord was kept amused, we were spared the consequences. Oh. Then one day he was not amused. And I saw fit to move on. Thankfully, the ages and roads travelled since then have turned me from that merry wanderer into the paragon of virtue you see before you today.
Your guests will ooh and ah over the vibrant flavors and luxurious pink dressing. And later, cheers to the spicy cocktail.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty extraordinary, isn't it? I think it's been a bit of a wake-up call for all of us.
Well, looky who decided to jump. Talk to this here ring.
What? I can't hear your thoughts from rings, Brock. It's talking to me! It's Anvari!
Ha! Knew it.
He says he went to the Velander mines to observe his mistake, but then the Soul Eater attacked, so as he was being ripped apart, he cast a spell that removed his soul and put in this ring. And then he...
What about all his stuff?
Huh?
Anvari had a workshop here with all sorts of posh doodads and ornatory tools, and one beaut of a hammer. You make mention of it still in there?
You're upsetting him.
Your point?
And?
You fellas take Anvari with you and go have a look-see. If you find his hammer, I'll whip up something real nice for you. Hey now, don't go forgetting your entry stone.
Anvari isn't happy about us taking his stuff.
Don't
I do
care.
not care.
I'm not gonna tell him that. Toss it.
You two make quite a formidable duo.
says this dwarf was part of his crew. That he died because of his mistakes. He sounds sad.
The ring's grief is of little importance, boy.
Oh, he did not like that. He's warning us not to go down there.
Stop listening to the ring, boy. Cannot be trusted.
At the ready.
Silence that
Silence
ring,
that
boy.
ring, boy.
I don't know how.
Ready yourself, boy. Boy,
Sir. Another map. Bet we'll find something useful here. A soul eater.
and a traveler. Guard up.
dead soul. What's a soul eater even doing here? What do you mean it's your fault?
Boy, ignore him.
It's sort of tough for me to ignore. He says this chest will trigger a bunch of traps.
I see no traps.
Sounded so sure about it. Says his workshop is up there. But I know. Don't trust the talking ring.
I forgot. They're my little berries.
Father, please, just listen. Invari's crew did something bad here. He's glad you destroyed his lab, and he's sorry he kept trying to trick us. His hammer is just through this gate.
Here. Boy.
Yes, sir.
This is a fine hammer.
Invari says thank you. Can we keep him?
We will talk to the blue one.
To find that hammer? Or you too busy looting every keyhole and cranny?
Here. The alchemist's hammer. His spirit is a nuisance.
Yeah, Anvari always was an asshole. Hell of an alchemist, though. Hand him over here and I'll melt him down.
What? You're going to melt down your friend?
A trapped soul's what I need to give your reward some extra oomph. You don't want it?
Father, we can't do that. Here, you hold on to him. He's really useful, I promise.
Fine. So long as he proves his worth.
Kid's a bit of a softie, huh? Well, he'll grow out.
Amir, how'd you come to be in these lands?
Lad, there comes a time in every man's life when he changes his name and heads north to make a new start. If you live long enough to do this many times over, you might end up as far north as this place. By the time I arrived, I already knew Odin by his reputation, and so I set to demonstrate my worth by coming to him with something I knew he'd value. A mystic well of knowledge. Or rather, I should say, a well of water laced with enough mystic mushrooms to make a god see visions. Oh, he was rightly impressed. Can't say for sure what he saw that led him to try gouging out his own eyes, but I managed to restrain him before he finished the job. Then I persuaded him it has been his sacrifice made for an even higher form of sight to be bestowed. Blah, de blah, de blah, de blah. I used to think he never caught on. But the day he took my eye, I realised he had never been fooled. He knew I'd outwitted him, called the lesson wisdom, and hired me to make sure from then on I was on his side. And for a long, long time I truly was. Doesn't mean he didn't hold a grudge.
Another name. Hilder.
It's as if they've been made into a memorial to the Valkyries.
Look here.
Yes, sir. Huh. Interesting. I may want to write that down. It's another brazier.
I suppose you wish to light it.
Can I? More of those. Good.
Look here.
Vacant. Here we go! Booster load! Ready to go now!
Impressive!
I don't believe it. Are you both alive?
Another spirit.
Yes.
Yes,
Another spirit.
Hello.
I can't remember the last time I saw something walk these islands that wasn't dead or corrupted.
What do you mean?
The desolation, child. Plagues this land, growing more severe with each passing winter.
Do you know its cause?
And not for certain, but I suspect the appearance of the World Serpent, along with the great flood that followed. Many were drowned, myself among them. The dead began to walk not long after.
Do you need anything from us?
Boy.
I only wish to speak to someone again. A wish you have just granted. Thank you.
Boy.
Sir. It's another one of those maps.
It is over.
Well?
Well, what?
Whoa.
The brazier?
If you must.
Hey, let her go. Oh, whoa. Well, maybe shouldn't have let him on.
Here. Boy.
Yes, sir. Convey.
Well done, boys.
What do you want?
To thank you. These dead reavers drowned me many winters ago, and I've been itching to see them get theirs.
Useless.
Well, we can't expect them all to know something useful. Maybe the next one will have more information.
Keep your expectations low, boy. Spirits are rarely useful.
How do they even exist?
When you sever a man from his life, it is not always a clean cut.
So you've met other spirits?
Yes, many.
What were they like?
Annoying.
Mimir, I still don't get why you ever wanted to work for Odin.
Back then, I was young enough to still be ambitious. The Aesir gods were as powerful a force as I've come across, but they clearly lacked for strategy, focus, and sage counsel. All this could I faithfully provide. And so, a stranger from a far-off island found himself with Odin's ear, trusted as he trusted no one but himself. And with that kind of power, laddie, I must confess, there are perks.
Yeah, but he's Odin.
Never claimed to be perfect, laddie, only clever. And often too clever by half.
Why didn't he do it when he could have saved his
What'd
father's
you do
life?
to get Odin so mad at you?
Ask yourself.
Well, for a long time my job was to enable Odin.
Raising doubt
I
about
was
Lewis when he's
fucking
killed.
excellent at it.
Who gains by making you
Gradually,
seem
as
like
I
a
grew more
madman
to
and
care
making
about
Burnside seem like a
people
fool
and
for
the
listening?
world, my job became to contain him, to protect him from himself. By serving peace, I served his interests as well. That's the truth. But he saw it as disloyalty. No longer trusting my motives, but not wishing to part with my brain or tongue, he bound me to a tree and adopted a new pastime of casual torture. Aye, lad. Lucky break that was.
I know one.
There's something down there.
Whatever it is, Steve. Stag? Oh, fuck's sake. What was that?
Not ready. Another name. Gunnar.
Someone who loved the Valkyries enough to do this. I wonder, perhaps the Queen?
Friend. Eric.
Boy.
Yes, sir. One more for the collection. I think this is the last one. Might as well, right?
Fine.
Even though some trucks fucking down here today.
Sure, there's a lot to see here. What's that?
Boy.
Sir. Kvekia.
All set.
Good show! I must speak with you.
Another spit.
I need your help.
What's wrong?
I came to this lake with a group of tradesmen, seeking refuge from the desolation. But how can you know it was even worse at the Lake of Nine?
We cannot undo your mistakes, Spirit.
I know that. But I fear for my captain and crew. I believe they are still under the water. Will you find them for me?
Is there anything you can offer us in return?
I have little to offer.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure.
Wait! I died wearing a valuable family heirloom. It's yours, if you promise to find my crew.
Deal.
Thank you.
You are learning.
Why didn't you or Mom ever tell me about the desolation?
I won't speak for your mother, but it was never my concern. Nor should it be yours.
Doesn't it concern us if everything around us is gone?
Our only concern is going home. The resources we find improve our equipment. If we stray from the path, it is only to prepare ourselves for the journey ahead.
I can live with that if it means we keep exploring. And helping others.
Johan. Thorvid. Holveg.
Are you okay?
No, son. My goods are underwater. My men are drowned, and yet their bodies continue to walk the beaches.
Hell walkers.
They play with these lands.
I was their captain. They died because of me. But these abominations sully their memories. I will find a way to free them from their tortured state. In this, I am determined. A thunderstorm scattered all 3 of my ships across the lake. I know not what I did to anger Thor. But his judgment was swift and brutal.
Boy, what a sad story.
Yes. We should help him.
Really?
You are surprised.
Well, yeah. I didn't think you'd care about helping a spirit.
Fighting more Hellwalkers is good experience for you.
Oh. Mimir, you never told me what happened with the stonemason's son.
Hrimthur, son of Thamur. After completing his father's masterwork, the Great Wall of Jotunheim, he thought of nothing but making the Aesir pay for their crimes against the giants.
Let's see what we got
Once
first.
he longed to fight Thor,
Good old
but
Genoa
tragedy
slab.
had brought wisdom to Hrimthur
Some capicola.
and cunning.
We have some beautifully
He
thinly sliced
observed that
provolone.
Asgard's walls were
And
half built and
prosciutto.
shoddy, for no
So what I'm
Aesir
gonna
god
start
could be
with
bothered with
is
such
dressing
tiresome labour.
the thicker part of
So
the bread.
Hrimthur adopted the
So I'm
guise
gonna just
of
put
an
a little bit of
ordinary
dressing.
man and made
This
the
ends
Aesir
up
an
being
offer.
the top.
He would build them
A little
majestic
bit of
new
dried
walls,
oregano
and if he
on
couldn't build them within 2
I'm
turns
gonna
of the
start
season, they would owe
with the
him
provolone.
nothing for his labours.
Put a couple slices
And if
of
he succeeded,
each. I like it cheesy.
he asked only for an
And I wanna lay on the
audience with the
prosciutto.
goddess Freya.
Remember, I was
Odin
probably
agreed, knowing
in
the
the second
task was
trimester
impossible,
of
but
my pregnancy with
intrigued by
Wolf,
the stranger.
after I had been nauseous for the
Hrimthur
first
made
trimester.
short work of it, of course.
And my
He had
mom
the
said,
benefit of his father's
"You what?"
training and the aid of a magical stallion for fetching stones. Odin was not happy to find himself on the losing end of the wager, but he seemed to uphold his end of the bargain.
If I hadn't seen
Freya was sent to meet the mason, and to her surprise, he wanted only to whisper something in her ear. That being done, he made his way out of Asgard. And when he found Thor awaiting him at the gates of Midgard, he knew he had been double-crossed. But he didn't care, because his plan was complete.
It was? What did he say to Freya?
Only she could say for certain, but I've had many moons to work it out. Hrimthur knew that Freya loathed the Aesir, despite her marriage to Odin, and I believe he gave her the secret to Asgard's defences. Some weakness he may have built in, structural or magical, which I expect will be exploited come Ragnarok when Surtur arrives to burn Asgard to ash. If not sooner.
Were all those guys part of his crew? That's a tough crew.
And all were his responsibility.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Does it frighten you? Responsibility.
Oh, no. I don't think so. I mean, I think it used to, but not as much anymore.
Why is that?
Well, being out here, with you, makes me feel more grown up. Seriously, how did this one captain lead so many men?
He had their loyalty, so they followed.
And then they all died. He must have been a bad leader.
Why do you think that?
Well, he led all these men to their deaths.
True. But these men chose to follow. Even good leaders make poor choices. The best take responsibility for them. Remember this.
That's weird. Normally a couple of thingies down here. Walls.
Phew. That was the last ship. I hope the captain will be satisfied now.
Unlikely. He was determined to put these men to rest himself.
But he would have never been able to.
That does not matter to him. Our victory will only remind him of his failure.
Then, why do we do this? Mimir, there was a shrine about a giant lady with lots of books and visions.
Ah, that would be Groa, the Knowledge Keeper. She was a gifted sorceress who gathered every tome of arcane wisdom she could find in the realms, all in the hopes of augmenting her powers of prophecy, that she might find her lost husband, Arvandil. But it was
people
not
were
her
expecting a
husband
loss
she
for
would
them.
glimpse in her visions, for it was Groa, seeing longer and farther than any before or since, who witnessed Ragnarok, the end and the beginning. When Odin caught word of her ultimate prophecy, he maneuvered to obtain her knowledge and hoard it for himself. Groa was a long-time patron of herself, and so she welcomed him into her library as a friend. What she did not know is that Odin himself was behind her husband's disappearance, having used his enchantments to conceal his death at Thor's hands from her sight. Smiling, jealous Odin took her by the throat, and with his very hands he stole her library and her life for his own.
Everybody loves
I
that
always
feeling
knew
of
Odin
clean,
was
fresh
bad.
sheets. And that's the sort of feeling
That's
you
just
get lying on a
Ruthless,
memory fresh
barbaric,
mattress.
heartless?
The memory fresh mattress
That's
just
Odin.
keeps me feeling cool.
In fact, we would do well to sit here in silence for the next few moments and reflect on Odin's capacity for cruelty.
Mattress came into our life. Oh my goodness, did our night's sleep
And so,
change?
Reflect longer.
My men are... They're all...
That's right. We killed... we laid them all to rest.
I see. So even in death, I am a failure.
But in life you were honorable, strong-willed, and you inspired loyalty. These are good qualities, aren't they, boy?
Yeah. I couldn't believe how many men followed you here.
I thank you for your kind words. May your journey have a more pleasant end than mine.
Well, you're right. You didn't seem very satisfied. I guess you never really get over losing the ones you care about.
Never.
What did the spirit leave us?
An offering to one of the gods.
Can we use it?
No, but perhaps the dwarves can. is over. Focus up!
Almost there! Another name. Ulrich.
Why the arcane runes? Perhaps we're meant to find something in Muspelheim and Niflheim.
Ed, you are full of stories. When will you tell one that entertains?
I beg
your pardon?
He just insulted you. Yeah, I got that.
So you want a corker, do you?
Very well, my
Very
brothers.
well, my brothers. I'll tell you the story of Hrungnir, the brawler. The real story.
There was a huge battle, right? His shrine had him in the middle, fighting off Aesir.
A pretty story, but no.
Although Michael's...
Hrungnir, you see, was born with neither head nor heart. So the giants had to complete him with stone. He was strong, to be sure, but also a perfect simpleton. Odin met him wandering in Midgard one day. Found him so amusing, so harmless, so gullible, that he invites him back to his palace in Asgard.
These are super easy
There
to
he
make,
gives
so just
Hrungnir
take
his
a while.
fill of mead,
So I made them earlier
and
this
goads him into all manner of boasts and antics, all for the amusement of the court. I was there. I saw the Aesir laugh as Hrungnir leapt upon his shield and swore he'd kill us all and take our womenfolk back to Jotunheim. And does he laugh? Oh no. Thor takes one look at the drunken stone buffoon, brings down Mjolnir on his head so hard that he's got chunks of Hrungnir in his own skull to this day. Thor's so startled by the face-wall rock, he doesn't notice Hrungnir's body topple right onto him with a sickening crunch. And again, the roars of laughter echo through the palace halls.
That's an awful story, Mimir. Nothing like the ones Mother told me.
Let that be a lesson, my son. Truth is seldom so pretty as myth and legend.
Here. Boy.
Hey, it's another treasure map. Wow, it's like there was an entire city under the water.
Aye, lad. A forgotten city.
What was it called?
Well, I forgot.
That dragon, it's Baldur's, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you brought it down to save me?
It was very heroic.
I have a question. If Ymir was the first giant, where did he come from?
In the beginning, there was Ganungagop, the Great Void. There were no realms yet, only primordial forces. There was fire, and there was ice. And there in the void they met and produced...
Water?
The mystic lifeblood of something entirely new. From this water, Ymir took form and became a being of pure creation and chaos, mother and father to all that came after.
Even the Aesir?
Every god, man and beast came first from Ymir's flesh. Though it was the Aesir who thought themselves so superior that they should hold dominion over the rest of creation. It was Odin who took arms against his creator and spilled Ymir's lifeblood with his spear. A necessary evil, he would say, to bring order to the realms. Ymir's torn flesh, Odin would fashion the realm of Midgard for his own. Called himself All-Father, as if he was the creator and not the creator-destroyer.
Like up to 7 years finance.
Covetous
Plus in our great British kitchen sale, this complete kitchen, including worktop, sink, tap and appliances, is just £69
Sorry,
per
boy.
month. That's 27%
You know, I think
less
it best
than
we
Wick's
just end
price.
it there,
The
actually.
great British kitchen sale, now on. Cook delicious midweek meals in just 20 minutes with Simply Cook. Order your £3 trial box now at simplycook.com.
Are you over 55? Do you own your own home? If so, you may be able to release some equity to make improvements, help fund your retirement, or offer some support to those you care about. Over 250,000 customers have chosen to release equity with Aviva. So call now for your free guide to the benefits, costs and risks.
The sun, the source of life across Earth. And no one is any closer than the equator. Its energy produces life, and its most beautiful is our Equator. All episodes available 9th of August on Sky Nature.
This is Sky News at 10, the headlines this morning. Self-isolation set to increase from 7 days to 10 in England as the Health Secretary admits fears over COVID cases on the continent.
I think you can see a second wave starting to roll across Europe, and we've got to do everything we can to prevent it from reaching these shores.
New data shows England had the highest number of excess deaths in Europe for the first half of the year. Also today, calls for rape victims to give pre-recorded evidence as convictions hit a record low. The artist Ai Weiwei will be telling us about his latest project, A History of Bombs. And NASA's latest mission to Mars prepares for takeoff to explore whether the red planet ever harbored life. A very good morning to you. The government is set to announce an extension of the time people in England with COVID-19 symptoms need to self-isolate from 7 days to 10. The move comes 6 months to the day since the World Health Organization declared the coronavirus a global health emergency. In answer to the question why now and not before, the Health Secretary Matt Hancock reiterated the Prime Minister's concerns that a second wave of the virus may be building up in Europe.
This is a decision that's clinically led. The Chief Medical Officer will be setting out details later today. What I would say is that, I can't steal his thunder, but what I will say is that we will always do what is necessary to protect people, and we are guided by the clinical judgments, by the science in this, as across the board. I am worried about a second wave. I think you can see a second wave starting to roll across Europe, and we've got to do everything we can to prevent it from reaching these shores and to tackle it. The measures that the Chief Medical Officer will set out later are part of that.
Well, let's speak to our political correspondent, Rupert, who's in Westminster first thing this morning. It is alarming when the Health Secretary says that Europe is on the cusp of the second wave, Rob.
Yeah, the Health Secretary saying that second wave is rolling across Europe at the moment. I think many people will find that language quite alarming, especially given the government at the moment is trying to reopen the economy. And just a week or so ago, we heard Boris Johnson talking about potential normality returning to the country as soon as Christmas. But that's clearly the reason why they acted so quickly when it came to Spain. You can see the Prime Minister there on his bike. And we get news today as well that we're expecting to be confirmed by the Chief Medical Officer any moment now, really, of a change to really one of the cornerstone policies that we've had in place for months, right since the start of the epidemic spread in the UK, to that advice to self-isolate. That will be changing from 7 days to 10 days from the onset of symptoms. That's expected to be confirmed any moment now. Now, we're told this isn't necessarily to do with new evidence that's emerged. It's more about readying the UK for the autumn and the winter, where it's expected we may go through something of a tougher time. I think there will be questions about whether this has come too late. The World Health Organization changed its guidance at the end of May to say that it should be a 10-day isolation period from the onset of symptoms, plus another 3 days after when you haven't got symptoms. Many other countries, Australia, the United States, all have 10-day quarantine periods that have already brought in. So in that respect, this advice is being brought in line with the rest of the world. Of course, the difference now to at the beginning is that the people that are quarantining now are far more likely, or almost certain, to actually have coronavirus, or have been in contact with someone that has coronavirus, or be in the same household of them, or have come back from a country affected by coronavirus, because we have that test and trace system. So no longer will there be people that have symptoms of coronavirus self-isolating, but potentially they just have the normal flu, because you're able to go and get a test, and then even if you have symptoms, you're able to be released from your quarantine then. But I think a huge change, an indication maybe that the government is concerned about what's around the corner, especially in autumn and winter. But I think plenty of people will be wondering whether this should have come earlier.
Okay, Rob, thank you. Well, we've had a confirmation of that extension from 7 days to 10 days from the Chief Medical Officers. Just to sum up what they have said in a statement, in symptomatic people, COVID-19 is most infectious just before and for the first few days after symptoms begin. It is very important people with symptoms self-isolate and get a test which will allow contact tracing. They go on to say evidence, although still limited, has strengthened and shows that people with COVID who are mildly ill and are recovering have a low but real possibility of infectiousness between 7 and 9 days after illness onset. We have considered how best to target interventions to reduce risk to the general population, and considered that at this point in the epidemic, with widespread and rapid testing available in consideration the relaxation of other measures, it is now correct balance of risk to extend the self-isolation period from 7 to 10 days for those in the community who have symptoms or a positive test. So a positive result. So confirmation there from the chief medical officers that extension from 7 to 10 days will now come into effect as from today. Some breaking news for you, and in the past few minutes, the Office for National Statistics has published data which shows that England had the highest excess death rate in Europe for the first half of this year. This means with Sky's Ed Conway. Ed, these are figures made for a painful reading.
Yeah, the ONS has now kind of looked at the different number of people who have died in different countries around Europe and made a comparison that, you know, many of us have been looking at for some time. It's using kind of age standardised mortality as one of the key measures of
No. Da, 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 da.